Now, every week I've been highlighting a specific part of the yoga system. There is 8 limbs of yoga. I've talked about this many times. It's yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samiti. We are talking about the second limb today and what we're going to highlight in the niyamas. It's the niyamas really cover personal observance, inner discipline, and how we relate to ourselves. Okay. And so we're going to look at Santosha, which is actually the second part of the niyamas. So I'm teaching you a little bit about this today. It is one of the most misunderstood practices in the entire yoga philosophy and the 8 limbs. Santosha means contentment, okay? It's not happiness, not satisfaction, not getting what you want. It is contentment. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Santosha is the practice of finding sufficiency in what is. Not giving up on more, not pretending everything's fine. So we're not going in delusion that yeah, life is great and rainbows and butterflies and imaginary creatures, which might have been real at one point, but we're not pretending everything is fine. It's a radical practice of being content with the present moment while still moving towards the future. I can straight up say this is a part that I definitely struggle and have struggled with for a while.
Why is Santosha the right prescription for a week that has Venus conjunct Jupiter in both Western and Vedic systems and supposedly the luckiest alignment of 2026?
Well, the reason it is because the trap on the luckiest day of the year is spending the whole day waiting for a lucky thing to happen. So you're so intensely focused on what you want that you miss what actually arrives, right? Because you're just like, or what you want to create. So that's going to be a misstep of taking advantage of that, right? So Jupiter in Cancer doesn't respond to hunger, it responds to gratitude. So the luckiest thing you can do on June 9th is genuinely appreciate what you already have. So the big shadow of Venus conjunct Jupiter is wanting the blessing so badly that you hold your breath and wait and then feel like it didn't work. And then pass out because you held your breath, right? I know you're no longer around. Santosha is the antidote. You cannot receive a blessing with a clenched fist. And that's true. Like when you're angry and fighting, and I know that because I will straight up admit I will resist this reality and not want to accept things around me, right? That I can't even control. So we can't receive our blessings if we're just literally fighting it, right? Genuine contentment and where you are right now is the open hand that allows Jupiter and Venus to give you what it's offering, right? So when we go into the gratitude of what we already have, we're releasing that energy to allow new to come to us. So when we have both the Western and Vedic systems confirming the same blessing and that the only thing that is going to block you is you. That's the thing. Is the only thing that's going to block you from getting this blessing is unfortunately going to be yourself. So Santosha is how you get out of your own way. Okay, so this is even easier than the other practices we've talked about. So last week we talked about ahimsa, where we were building without force. So Santosha this week is receiving without grasping, without being desperate, without trying to force something, right? Santosha actually asks us, can you be content with the action you took without needing to control the outcome? Now, Vedic Venus joins Vedic Jupiter in Cancer on June 8th. That's a sign of nourishment, and Santosha is the practice of being nourished by what is already here. And then we have the universal day 7 of Venus and Jupiter in the numerology of inner knowing and retreat. And Santosha lives in that stillness. So the new moon in Gemini, which we get to at the end of the week, plants a new seeds. Santosha actually tells us, plant the seeds and release it. Don't dig it back up and check if it's growing. So that's something we're also learning, right? So whatever we're planting, we're not going to go look and see, like, is it actually growing? Is it actually coming up? Are we seeing it yet? We want to leave it to actually seed. So the practice. I would call it for today or for this week is Santosha inventory. So at the end of each day, take 2 minutes and you ask yourself, what was enough today? So, what legitimately was enough? Not what was perfect, not what was everything you wanted, what was genuinely enough to make it through that day. Name three things that existed today, the day you're doing this, each day, that could not have been planned or forced. Small moments, unexpected kindness, things that just worked. And then also ask yourself, what am I grasping for right now that is preventing me from feeling the sufficiency of the moment? So, reflecting and asking yourself these three questions each day, these weeks, especially on these serendipitous, lucky aligned days are going to help you get into that attitude of gratitude, to be open so you're not having that clenched fist, so the energy can come to you. So, again, first thing would be ask yourself, what was enough today? Again, not what's perfect, not that it like met and checked off every box. What worked out? What was good enough? What 3 things existed that or came up that just flowed, right? Small moments, unexpected kindness, things just worked a little bit easier. And then what are you needing to let go of so you can be okay in the moment right now without controlling it? So when we go through the week, it specifically says June 9th with the Venus Jupiter day, which is our big serendipitous day. Do this practice in the evening. Name what is already abundant in your life. That naming is the blessing. That's how you're just remembering and reminding consciousness, the energy, God, whatever you resonate with, that it is a blessing. And then when we get on the 14th, which is our new moon day, which again is a very important day to remember doing this, is set your intentions and then practice. So Santosha really brings you the release it, let it grow without interference. So again, putting out what you're grateful for and what you're grateful for creating, especially the gratitude for what you want to create. So the most abundant people are the most genuinely content. And what is what they're still moving forward. So they may not have their perfect life, but they're actually content in where they are. It can be hard. It can be very hard, and especially when you don't accept the things around you. So I get that. So this week, especially, every moment that you can write down, repeat, just even take a moment to think about what you're grateful for will help you unclench and be open to to the abundance and all the serendipitous energy that is around. So, Santosha, it is not settling, it is not resignation, it is a practice of full presence with your actual life. Because in your actual life and in the moment, you are probably totally fine. In that moment, everything is just perfect. And trying to keep that perspective. It is from a presence, a genuine presence, not performed contentment. The door will open as we go through the week. So that is your takeaway practice for um for this week. It's practice the attitude of gratitude. That would be an easy way to summarize it up if you don't remember the questions. The attitude of gratitude will help this week, especially since we have the Western and Vedic systems pointing to the same door. Santosha is how you walk through the door with as much ease as possible.